Okay, are we recording? Okay, cool. Hello everybody, my name is Peach Bunny 3, and welcome to the Burrow. Today we're playing a game called Robin. I've played this game quite a few times, and it is one of my favorites, so it's a very short experience. So all of your blood tests have come back. You really can't find anything? But why do I feel so tired all the time? At least we've eliminated what it could be. I suppose. Maybe it's all in my head. Or maybe I'm just lazy. Feeling defeated, Robin decides to spend the long weekend at home in order to recover some energy. This is her weekend. I'm drinking iced tea. Okay, so here's Robin, and we get to do... It's too early to sleep. So you get to do fun things, like I could make something to eat, or I could feed my pet Robin, named Robin. I can take a shower, I can pick up clothes, I can water my plants, do some work, or browse the internet. I'll water my plants. Okay, so that's all done. Let's do some work. We'll feed my pet. And we'll pick up some clothes. And then we'll go to bed. Your stomach rumbled, keeping you awake. Although exhausted, you had to make a sandwich in the night. You sighed. It's been a while since you did some fun navigating on social media. You feel filthy. You were too tired to take a shower and it feels gross. You glance up upon your backlog of books. Someday you'll get around to reading them. You woke up feeling even more exhausted than usual. Okay. Our friend's calling us. Hey, Robin, having a nice weekend? Yeah, what's up? Don't mind my parents. They're in the background if you can hear them. I won free tickets to a movie. To the movies. Want to come? Sounds pretty tiring, but I miss Jay. Yeah. I'm sorry, I just can't today. Oh, that's okay. You must be busy. Sorry, Jay. No, it's okay. Talk to you later. Okay. Well, we'll start off the day with taking a shower. We'll browse the internet. And we'll read a book. And now we'll go to bed. Your stomach's rumbling kept you awake. Although exhausted, you had to make a sandwich in the night. Look over at your unwatered plants. You shouldn't forget to tend to them this weekend. I watered them yesterday. Ron chirps in disdain at you. You didn't tend to her. She sounds upset. Fed her yesterday, which you should always feed your pets every day, but, you know. Your dirty clothes are piling up. Good thing no one's visiting. Felt very guilty. You didn't do any work on your novel. It was a tiring day still. Okay, so we'll tend to our birdie. We'll water the plants. Yeah, we'll do some work. I know I'm not making her make food, but it's because she gets up and makes a sandwich anyway, so in my opinion, it's not that much. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, apparently there's nothing I can do about this transparency that's going on here. Let's see here. There we go. Much better. I am so sorry about that. Did not see that. Oh. There. I apologize. So now we're going to bed. The game's almost over. Now I fix it. You feel filthy, you were too tired to take a shower. Where's the drill piling up? Good thing no one's visiting. Don't spawn your backlog of books. And just like that, the weekend's over. After a whole weekend being responsible, Robin didn't have much fun. She's prepared for the coming week of work, but is unsure if she'll be able to get out of bed tomorrow. I had fun. I didn't work the whole weekend. Anyway, so that is Robin. It's a very short little experience. It's only about 6 minutes long. There were some other options in there, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's do the about. This game is based on The Spoon Theory by Christine Miserandino. If you have any related health concerns, please see a doctor. Let's see what this is about. The Spoon Theory. We're eating french fries with gravy. These are true things. So I went to take some of my medicine with a snack. You can't see what's written here, sorry. As I usually did, she watched me with an awkward kind of stare. Instead of continuing the conversation, she then asked me out of the blue what it felt like to have lupus and be sick. I was shocked, not only because she asked the random question, but also because I assumed she knew all there was to know about lupus. She came to doctors with me. She saw me walk with a cane and throw up on in the bathroom. She had seen me cry in pain. What else was there to know? Started rambling on about pills and aches and pains, but she kept pursuing and didn't seem satisfied with my answers. I was a little surprised, as being my roommate in college and friend for years. I thought she already knew the medical definition of lupus, and she looked at me with a very sick person, with a face every sick person knows well, the face of pure curiosity about something no one healthy can truly understand. She asked what it felt like, not physically, what it felt like to be me, to be sick. As I tried to get my composure, I glanced around the table for help or guidance, or at least stall for time to think. I was trying to find the right words. How do I answer a question I never was able to answer for myself? How do I explain every detail of every day being affected and give the emotions a sick person goes through with clarity? I could have given up, cracked a joke like I usually do, and changed the subject, but I remember thinking, if I don't try to explain this, how could I ever expect her to understand? If I couldn't explain this to my best friend, how could I explain my world to anyone else? I had to at least try. At that moment, the spoon theory was born. I quickly grabbed every spoon on the table. Hell, I grabbed spoons off of the other tables. I looked at her in the eyes and said, "Here you go, you have lupus." She looked at me slightly confused, as anyone would when they are being handed a bouquet of spoons. The cold metal spoons clanked in my hands as I gripped them together and shoved them into her hands. I explained the difference in being sick and being healthy is having to make choices or to consciously think about things when the rest of the world doesn't have to. Healthy have the luxury of a life without choices, a gift most people take for granted. Most people start the day with unlimited amount of possibilities and energy to do whatever they desire, especially young people. For the most part, they do not need to worry about the effects of their actions. So for my explanation, I used spoons to convey this point. I wanted something for her to actually hold, for me to then take away, since most people who get sick feel a loss of a life they once knew. And if I was in control of taking away the spoons, then she would know what it feels like to have someone or something else, in this case lupus, being in control. She grabbed the spoons with excitement. She didn't understand what I was doing, but she always up for a good time, so I guess she thought I was cracking a joke of some kind, like I usually do when talking about touchy subtopics. Little did she know how serious I would become. I asked her to count her spoons. She asked why. And I explained that when you are healthy, you expect to have never-ending supply of spoons. But when you have to now plan your day, you need to know exactly how many spoons you're starting with. It doesn't guarantee that you might not lose some along the way, but at least it helps to know where you're starting. She counted out 12 spoons. She laughed and said she wanted more. I said no, and I knew right away that this little game would work. She looked disappointed, and we hadn't even started yet. I've wanted more spoons for years and haven't found a way to get more. Why would she? Why would she? I also told her to always be conscious of how many she had and not to drop them because she can never forget she has lupus. And then she proceeds to talk about naming off tasks of her day, including the most simple. As she rattles off daily chores, or just fun things to do, I explained how each one would cost her a spoon. When she jumped right into the getting ready for work as her first task of the day, I cut her off and took away a spoon. I practically jumped down her throat. I said, no, you don't just get up. You have to crack open your eyes, then realize you're late. You didn't sleep well the night before. You have to crawl out of bed, and then you have to make yourself something to eat before you can do anything else, because if you don't, you can't take your medicine, and if you don't take your medicine, you might as well give up all your spoons for the day and tomorrow too. Quick could take away a spoon, and she realized she hadn't even gotten dressed yet. Showering cost her a spoon, just for washing her hair and shaving her legs. Reaching high and low that early in the morning could actually cost more than one spoon, but I figured I would give her a break. I didn't want to scare her right away. Getting dressed was worth another spoon. I stopped her and broke down every task to show her how every little detail needs to be thought about. She cannot simply just throw clothes on when you're sick. I explained that I have to see what clothes I can physically put on. If my hands hurt that day, buttons are out of the question. If I have bruises that day, I need to wear long sleeves. If I have a fever, I need a sweater to stay warm, and so on. My hair is falling out, and I need to spend more time to look presentable. And then you need to factor in another 5 minutes for feeling badly that it took you 2 hours to do all of this. I think she was starting to understand when she theoretically didn't even get to work, and she was left with 6 spoons. I then explained to her that she needed to choose the rest of her day wisely, since when her spoons are gone, they're gone. Sometimes you can borrow against tomorrow's spoons, but just think how hard tomorrow will be with less spoons. I also needed to explain that a person who is sick always lives with the looming thought that tomorrow may be the day that a cold comes, or an infection, or any number of things that could be very dangerous. So you do not want to run low on spoons, because you never know when you truly will need them. I didn't want to dress her, but I needed to be realistic, and unfortunately being prepared for the worst is part of a real day for me. Wow. And then she was forced to think about how the rest of the day would go. She learned that skipping lunch could cost her a spoon, as well as standing on a train, or even typing at her computer too long. She was forced to make choices and think about things differently. Hypothetically, she had to choose not to run errands so that she could eat dinner that night. When we got to bed over 10 days, she said she was hungry. I summarized that she had to eat dinner, but she only had 1 spoon left. If she cooked, she wouldn't have enough energy to clean the pots. If she went out for dinner, she might be too tired to drive home safely. Then I also explained that I didn't even bother to add into this game, that she was so nauseous that cooking was probably out of the question anyway. So she decided to make soup. It was easy. I then said it was only 7 p.m. You have the rest of the night, but maybe end up with 1 spoon so you can do something fun, or clean your apartment or do chores, but you can't do it all. Wow, this is really fascinating. Okay, it says here at the bottom, you may not republish or reprint this article without written permission. So that's probably a big reason why that's a good thing that I'm not showing it. But wow, that is really fascinating. That was more. I'm going to favor that. That is actually really cool. Can I move it to another heart? Yeah, I'll just add it to school, I guess. So this is really cool. So it's the spoon theory. Wow, that is really nutso. I didn't even think about that. Okay, so that was really nutso. So the spoon theory actually makes sense for myself because I have anemia. I have iron deficiency. So I have to take medication every other day in order to feel like I have enough energy left in my body, and even then I still have problems that I'm still trying to figure out. And I do feel like the spoon theory explains my problems the best. That I have a certain set of spoons every day, and I have to figure out what I can get done and what I can't get done. And some days I wake up and I have no spoons at all. So it's one of those things where I have to really think about what energy do I have to really do anything today. Because once all of those spoons are gone, theoretical spoons, I have no energy left. And all I want to do is lay in bed and watch TV. So that is something to think about. That is really something to think about. Anyway, thank you guys for coming to my burrow. It was a really lovely visit. I hope you had a great time, and I'll see you next time. Bye!